right. So I'm gonna help you break the matrix. So if you find yourself you working part time or you find yourself working very hard, but you know you have potential and you know you're going places in life, you know what you heard. You know what you heard from your inner voice, from the Holy Ghost, from the Holy Spirit. This what you do, this what you do. You keep showing up to work early or on time as best as you can with the life that you have, however you get to work your transportation. You be yes, ma'am, yes, sir. You got to operate this way, like suits and smiles. So, we all catch it tough sometimes. In some ways, I'm catching it tough. Day job, temp agency, I'm being loved by the kitchen staff, working hard. They actually bought out some things in me, that leadership skill, that sequence, that game management, that clock management. They actually bought that out of me because I was trained in it in the sport of football. But when you got a leader say, all right, this wave of dishes, then you go check on those pans over there. Then you go take out that trash and that cardboard over there. You get back to some more dishes. All right, at this time, for example, about right before 1:30, you sweeping the floor. You getting ready to mop the floor. On Friday, the shift is a little different. The hour scale is a little different. It's 12:30 and it's wash the floor with the you spray nozzle hose, maybe using degreaser one Friday around the cook spaces, but you may be buffing and scrubbing the floor. Just kind of, it's almost imaginary. You know what I'm saying? It's just to break up stuff the next Friday. So you stay on your rhythm, right? So she bought that sequence out of me and it's building trust. And it's almost like you're graduating in leadership. Where even the district manager was with this manager, site manager, State College Kitchen, and the chef. Like today, it's graduation season. It's Saturday now, but it was May 2nd, May 3rd. When I was able to tell the chef I'm doing this, all right, I already swept that storage closet, sprayed it with bleach with the bleach pump, and I'm sweeping this floor. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna then mop that storage closet, sweep out that cooler and mop it. Gonna generally wash this floor, hit it with the degreaser in the cook spaces, wash this floor, and just that assurance and trust. I only been around there a month and a half. He said, all right. He said, all right. He said, sound like a plan. Get at it. In a good affirmation way. Like it's a family oriented culture over there. So organizational culture matters. So this is something I learned from Northeastern University in my Master of Sports Leadership. It was a general leadership body, all the hospital leaders, all the educational leaders, all the organizational leaders, and of course the sports leaders. You choose your job and your boss carefully. Now the alignment was made by the temp agency. People ready. People ready linked me up over there. Indian River State College, Mets, culinary management, and I'm liking Mets culinary management. In the same token, I carried over from that project because I was over 2 days prior to coming back to the state college. It just worked out this like that this week. At my first assignment, which is amazing because that's in my field, sports administration, sports leadership. They may not know it. It was kind of prepared that way that this job was available. Maybe people didn't want to do it because you actually got to work, but the boss actually cool. It's actually a really cool work site. We take our breaks. Food truck come by. That's a break. We take a lunch break. You also can take you another break. But as long as we working, I applied the same principle of okay. He generally allows me to sweep around, make stuff look nice and pretty. He said, make it look nice. And this is a masculine, manly man, but he educated, confident in himself. I pick up the outside of the place, all the cans, all the bottles, all the food wrappers, all the sandwiches. Throw away some pallets, throw away some loose plywood board. But this same principle from the kitchen staff, I took over to once he had me do those stairs. And I'm thinking people don't like doing those stairs. I swept those stairs. Lo and behold, company was coming by as Deion Sanders has trained the world with company. So people from that construction company who are well dressed and want to get the pictures, and all the people on the staff of the soon to open sports facility that like to get the pictures, I contribute to that. My name may not be posted everywhere, but I'm contributing to that. It's the attitude of excellence. I'm not perfect, but there's a reward in it. I'm getting fit. It's for my health. I'm getting paid. I'm being asked to come back. There's a rapport. Now let me flip it to just a general meal of things. My night and weekend job. All right. Sometimes you can't make people happy. This manager see what you do and they like it. This manager, they're looking at that time. Now, one person say, wow, this area is so clean. Dishwashing. I'm dishwashing twice, sometimes a day, sometimes. By hand at the state college, by machine and what have you at the restaurant. Got in there cleaning it up in like 25 minutes. Because I was trained by a person that I was training. One time, this dude was off the chains, older than me, been doing this longer than me. But I'm out my days when I'm tired or maybe I'm distracted. It's just like an athlete because I was an athlete, still am an athlete. You got fantasy sports now. Sometimes that man got something on his mind. The automobile finance company trying him. He having family stuff at home. You know what I'm saying? Anything can be on his mind. Financial stuff. How I'm gonna pay this? How I'm gonna pay that? It's not a worry. It's just a real thing. But the long suffering of the matter, the bearing good fruit of the matter, is you show up with a smile. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Now, it's a live by, die by. Don't live by the affirmation, the congratulation. Keep doing the stuff long enough. Just keep doing it consistently. Let that be your namesake, your reputation. But another manager on a day where you stack with dishes, you're an evening worker now. You got stuck with the breakfast stuff, the lunch stuff, the dinner stuff. Restaurant closing 9. It's the goal to get out of there 10, 10:30. That's fine. But there's a reason you got out at 11:30, 11:45 sometimes. You were doing breakfast volume of dishes, lunch volume, dinner volume. Meanwhile, just the other night, my job, I tell myself, and I kind of say it to get people crunk. Come on, man, you got to get the gang home. You got to get people home to their family. Closer duties. It ain't too much pressure. That's just how I'm built. Football taught me that. You see how Shedeur Sanders marched down that field? Game manager. We in our lives, we may not be a quarterback, but you can be a game manager in life. Other night, get us home. I'm clocking out 10:26 because it was a dinner volume of dishes. But to not make excuse in life, you keep doing it long enough. And what I'm trying to tell you is, I meant for this to be a short. I sometimes pre-rehearse, and that's why I'm good for this. And I should have been doing this. Sometimes it's how you treat people in organizational leadership. When I see my grill man, my homeboy, my grill man, a few years younger than me, he actually got to go play some college ball. But I know what football do to us. You got a coach, a man telling you, you in full pass, heat index 101. We running 12 110-yard sprints, and you better not slack. I want you to be in the front of the line. I want you leading the pack. I don't want you lagging in the back. Sometimes it's worse on us if people ain't really going for it. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, we're wired that way. We're wired that way. But when a person asks for help, he's one grill man on the evening. And then it's make it so like you spoil, you ask for too much. You're taking time out of what I do. And I'm playing right down the middle. And the lights don't went off. But y'all listen to me. The lights don't went off. I'm in the car. I don't want to disturb in the house, but I gotta get this content. Just listen to me. Just listen to me on this light thing. Y'all just listen to me. Ain't no need me shut up. Yeah, tell the world lights went off on boy. But when you hear your grill man over there, and I was concerned the whole time. When you hear your grill man over there say, "I'll go home right now," and I'm trying not to laugh because I'm from Fort Pierce. Y'all see my teeth? You see my teeth? Little dark skin joke. I'm a mid skin boy. Little dark skin joke. You see my teeth? Smile so I can see teeth. Yeah. I'm trying not to laugh. Every so often I'll venture over there. This happened about maybe a month and a half ago. And I told him on the person. We laughed about it. But people don't understand how we're wired. And I have had chances to be more refined, going, having a sweet, kind mother. Oh, she was a disciplinarian. Being raised by some good, sweet, kind women in education and what have you. All of them were firm on me, but I don't have some rough and rowdies all around me in my family, in education, in professional workspaces. You just gotta learn how to deal with them. You just gotta learn how to deal with them. And it's like, oh, I have to control myself from outbursting, saying crazy stuff, this and that, because I'm representing more than some job. I'm representing the kingdom of God. And I think I've had a few past weeks of some trouble. Not a light gonna come on because I got an update from ESPN West Palm. Selective with the phone, but I try to float over there when I hear my dog when he having a hard time because he has children, and he actually came back to Florida to tend to the children, and he been through this adversity in his life, and I can relate. I'm not telling his business. I'm just telling you how we were trained. We saw football as our ticket, and that just hurt when our dream get cut from us and we put in so much work. Even if you did everything right, me, I went to college, graduated. I didn't get to play no ball. I know I can ball. A lot of people know I can ball, but that don't hurt because you're thinking I'm gonna be a multimillionaire once I get it on, once the game reward me. But I've lived long enough, got in the right rooms, the right circles to know that the money is out there, and there's more money than what we think we're getting from football and basketball. Average people, black, white, brown, yellow, red, biracial, short, tall, thick and thin, getting to the money. Male and female, getting to the money. So I try to encourage my guys, and some people come to me. They say, "Man, you really inspire me because I'm going through some things, and you got joy, you got light." And I try to tell them I feed on the Word of God, and I got a few ministries I keep on rotation that I listen to, that just train me on life. They're teaching the Word, but they apply life, and there's some motivational and personal development people. So I apply all cylinders: the spirit, the personal development, and the formal education. And that's how I endure through the tough times because I know, like, I may be getting dogged in this workplace a little bit. And oh, I know the voice of I'll go home right now. He didn't go home. Matter of fact, one of the managers, sweet kind lady, she hired me. She said, no, she's doing everything she can to adjust that. Because he is a valuable person. That's why I'm bringing it up. He's a valuable person. And some of you are employers and organizational leaders, you got to stop running people off. Stop upsetting them. Learn to compromise. Let's be leaders and not bosses. You know what I'm saying? Boss sound cool. It sounds swaggy. It sounds like you got money. It sounds like you're doing things in life. But that leader, I don't know who the quote is attributed to. They know the way. They go the way. They show the way. And it's something I heard John Maxwell say, but I believe he was quoting somebody else. But he gave the credit to the quote. People like John Maxwell, what have you, will say that. But the old model is I'm your boss. I got my foot on your neck. I got my foot on your head. But the leadership, if you really look at leadership, I don't think it's old or new. I think it's true. Leadership is, I see that. I see you going through what you're going through. I'm going to help. But I understand you human too, leader. Because I got this educational leader. It didn't change the way I feel. Because I may be grieving the loss of somebody. I may be troubled in my money. I may be going through a ridiculous personality clash in my own household. I get it. I get it. But leaders, you gotta stop dogging producers though. That's what I'm saying. But for my producers, all my people that's trying to break the cycle, break the matrix, I'm gonna tell you something. And I wish the light wasn't player hate. No, I'm gonna tell you something. While you dealing with that job, it's good. You got a steady job. Banks like that, investment companies like that. So when you're opening up your stock portfolio, your investment portfolio, it's good that you work for a W 2 company. They can understand that because it's a little more difficult when you say you're self employed. This is someone who, a young 37 years old, I've lived on both sides of this. I currently am living on both sides of this. And sometimes it's better to do that when you don't come from money. Because sometimes you don't have enough money. You'll bust out. You might be kicking tail self employed, but your bills can get ahead of you. So I'm here to tell you to be being a good employee, then being bold enough to say I'm gonna go get money, then come back with formal education and life experience. I'm here for the steady. I'm gonna treat you right. I appreciate you so much for hiring me. And I'm gonna give you what I got. But at the same time, personally, I'm not gonna tell you this. I got other stuff going on. And I want y'all to have other stuff going on, legal stuff going on. Do what you do, do what you do. Now I'm still working on my paperwork, but I heard from family and friends. You can do stuff like that. You live near ports. I live on the Atlantic coast of Florida. I even found out from all that traveling, the Ohio River Valley, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, all that. You can get your credentials together and go make tips. Working in port authorities and things of that sort. Do that. Get the stuff together. You can sign up for Instacart, for DoorDash, for Roadie. If it seems like it's giving you a hard time, this is what you do. You get all your official stuff at your address where you get your mail. Where you want your 1099s to come, where you want your welcome kit to come. All mail pertaining to you that you can touch. But when they ask you where do you want to Instacart at, what zip code will you be working in? Where do you want to DoorDash? What zip code will you be working in? Let me tell you now how to be slick. As Eric Thomas say, nickel slick. Now you getting all your official stuff at your address, but you got to tell them a hot spot if you got to deal with this wait list stuff. Tell them a hot spot. Tell 38 hashtag 38. I tell these people when it's getting like that because I learned. I tell them I'm in Rosemary Beach, Florida. That's up in Florida's Panhandle, 850 by Seaside. All my cool, rich white friends, collegiate friends from the Southeast and the Midwest, they know what I'm talking about. Some of my black folks down here in the Southeast, Florida, unless they really, really from them same college nexuses, they don't think nobody live up there. They think nothing but prisons up there. You got to go west far enough. No, we talking about wealthy, safe neighborhoods. No, people do live up there. It's a high tourism area, but people live up there. Ah, you got to tell them something like Hilton Head Island, Beaufort County, South Carolina. You got to tell them some high net worth stuff because guess what? There's so many people in the middle class, the upper middle class, and the wealthy. They ain't driving no car to live no food. Some will if they got the hustle in them. But the second and third generation of money, they too busy living off the fruit, the multi generational fruit. But for all us working people, lower middle class people, that's what you can do. You can be getting some Instacart money before before you go to work, DoorDash money before you go to work. Now make sure you call it a day an hour or two, depending on how your traffic flow is before you go to work. Boss man and them don't really need to know what you're going doing unless you got to self-report it. Unless y'all on good terms, y'all can talk about some real life stuff. You ain't got to tell them nothing. Because people sometimes like to control you with fear. Cut your hours sarcastically, give you a raw deal. Good luck. Good luck keeping that rental up, talking that noise. But I ain't got nothing to say to you. But God and I got it. But I'm going to work hard for you. But this ain't having two faces. This is for here. I don't work for them 80 hours a week. They don't really know what I got going on. They might think I'm dumb as a box of rocks. They appreciate that I'm kind and sweet and I'll do what I'm told. You know what I'm saying? And all work ain't the same. All work environments ain't the same. And for where I am in life, I put myself here. I made a bunch of money ride sharing, but sometimes it's in deficit. So I'm getting back to it because my car put me down. But I'm doing what I got to do until. And I'm encouraging you. Do what you got to do until. Trust me, it hurt me at first. That part you just heard, because I got a cousin negative. He wired negative like that. All he heard is you about to fail, you about to lose something. He can't quite hear the positive. He got a good sense of humor. He could be about the what's happening. But if you open up your mouth and say, well, you're losing, you lost something, there's trouble, that entertains him more. And that's the core of the problem. A lot of black people, a lot of low income, a lot of working class, they care more for entertainment than enrichment. And I'm trying to inspire the enrichment, but black men like me, minority people, you labeled as lame and nerd, but you gotta endure that stuff. When you get in a certain place and space in life where you're a caregiver or you're a father or you're really a guardian big brother, you're a caregiver for mom, caregiver for dad, where you lost your big balling, all you gotta do is lock in and say, hey man, I don't care what they say about me. I gotta provide right now. I gotta make sure I make it back home. I can't let them, they just playing catch a Freeman anyway. You free. They trying to lock you up some way. They either trying to lock you up mentally, lock you up to where they can get you out the door, or literally get you locked up. And as Nino Brown say, don't let nobody trick you out your spot. So that's what I have to say about that. Like, don't never let nobody just control you like that. If you in control right now, if you got a car and auto insurance, things reputable in your life, go ahead and sign up for Instacart, DoorDash, Roadie. Yeah, folks gonna ride on you about the mileage wear and tear, but you keep your day job. You work on finding you a better day job. But get them side hustles going so nothing dry up on you. This is the era we live in ever since 2009. And I used to quote it. There was a certain act came in, and it might have been the Jobs Act. It was some certain act came in 2009 where the matrix been broken up for us. I remember what it was. It was with this crowdfunding. So all that stuff like Fundrise, all I'm not even really active in it yet, but I got emails in it. I got friends doing crowdfunding. They crowdfunding companies and real estate investments. But I do crowdfunding of loans, the peer-to-peer loans. This was only all this is IPO talk. This was only stuff the wealthy could get in. You had to be an accredited investor. And I learned what a accredited investor was from Rich Dad and Rich Dad Advisors. Meaning you pretty much millionaire making $250,000 a month and all kind quarter million a year. Month is a little too high of a qualification, but I need people around me that listen to me to realize people make that a month. We toiling for 1, 2, 3,000 a month. The average working person. It don't mean you're a loser. You sorry. You're not a loser. You're not sorry. There's nothing wrong with you. But we come from environments nobody ever told us that. And sometimes we get lost trying to keep up with the Joneses in our neighborhood. We trying to pull up on Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, Lexus, Cadillacs. We trying to pull up on people. Nothing wrong with having it, enjoying it. Everybody has the outlet. But sometimes when you go in the wealthier zip codes, I get to be in Hobe Sound, Jupiter, Tequesta, North Palm Beach, Juno Beach, Seaside, Destin, the Hamptons, Pittsburgh and all of its suburbs, Asheville, North Carolina, the Research Triangle, the Triad of North Carolina. I've been in Atlanta. I got two brothers have lived there. One lives there now, one has lived there. Been through Tampa, Orlando, and its area, Naples, Marco Island, Palm Beach, Boca Raton. I've been around this money. But you gotta understand something. Them make 10,000 a month, 30,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month. So when you see them ride Volkswagen Atlas, Lamborghini SUV, Audi SUV, Aston Martin SUV, ride some crazy stuff, man. Corvette for fun, Camaro for fun, Mustang for fun, Ferrari for fun, Lamborghini for fun. When you see them riding V12 Escalade, the newest of Yukon, Suburban, Navigator, Expedition. Understand, like Rick Ross say, my money on another level. Rick Ross trying to see some principles out there to us. He ain't saying I'm better than you. He trying to inspire you. But you gotta listen. Don't look at money as small. Be like Slim Thug. Be like Rick Ross. Go out there and collect 5,000, 15,000. Because I know you know what I'm saying. People get into talking this entertainment game and you hear about people making 100,000 a show. $500,000 a show. Rick Ross, Slim Thug say, I go do this walkthrough for 50,000, 15,000, 5,000. That's what you gotta do. You gotta collect. You can't look at money as little money. Go collect. Sometimes that keep you relevant so you do get the call for 100,000. But in real life, don't be depressed. This your real life. Go work for that $12 an hour, $13.75 an hour, $15 an hour. I'm working for that. But on the flip side, I also do promotional modeling starting at $15 an hour whenever I get some time. 20, 25 an hour. I ain't bragging. Go sign up for Push Models, Push Marketing. They need brand ambassadors. I ain't gonna hold back on you. I'm gonna tell you where the money at. Some of y'all pretty, some of y'all handsome. Go do the stuff. Don't think you gotta be all this and that to be a model. That starts your modeling career. You're gonna take all kind of pictures, upload them, keep them pictures, post that out to your friends. You and the beautiful people you're amongst in Miami and Palm Beach and Tampa, Orlando, wherever they send you.